Hey guys, I'm cooking with Jen.
So today we are going to be making my lean and mean chicken stew. If you're looking for something rich in flavor but hearty and healthy at the same time, then this recipe is for you. So if you want to know my get down, then keep on watching. Alright, so what you're gonna need, 5 leg quarter pieces of chicken. Now if you're watching your fat intake, then go ahead and remove the skin from 2 to 3 of those leg quarters. A pound of baby carrots, 1 bell pepper, a half to a whole onion, 3 to 4 celery sticks, 7 to 8 potatoes, brown or red, I use them both. And to give you a little fact about red and brown potatoes, they're pretty much equal when it comes to its nutrition. But if you're using red, then don't peel the skin, leave the skin on. 9 chicken bouillon cubes. And if you're watching your sodium intake, they do sell this in low sodium. And if you have chicken stock, then go ahead and use that. 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of garlic salt. And again, if you're watching your sodium intake, then just go ahead and adjust the salt content. A half to a whole tablespoon of black pepper, a half tablespoon of paprika, a half tablespoon of thyme, and 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes. Okay, so we're gonna start with chopping up our bell pepper and our onion, and we're gonna drizzle in about 3 to 4 teaspoons of EVOO into a stew-sized pot on medium-high heat. And we're gonna add in that bell pepper and that onion, and we're gonna let that onion go until it's slightly transparent, and then we're gonna add in our chicken, followed by our water. Now, as I always say, I never measure anything, I eyeball everything. So here I have 3 quarts of water, and I'm just gonna pour in what I typically would and see how much I'm using. So it looks about a little less than 3 quarts. Okay, so now that our chicken is in, go ahead and give it a nice little stir. And once your water is at a slight boil, like this, a little boil going on, go ahead and put your lid on and reduce your heat to medium-low. And we're gonna let this cook for exactly 1 hour. Now while our chicken is cooking, we're going to start cutting up our celery and potatoes. Now a great way to cut potatoes for stew, like this, directly down the middle vertically and then diagonally, and I like to cut them into 1/2-inch slices. Alright, so our chicken is done. So what we're gonna do is remove our chicken from the bone as well as the skin, and you should end up with a big old bowl of shredded chicken like this. Y'all, this bowl here alone is enough for me. Like, y'all don't understand my relationship with chicken. I seriously don't think I could live without chicken. And here's a fact about me. About 95% of the meals that are cooked in my home is chicken. Yeah. Okay, now that our chicken is shredded, go ahead and place it in your pot and give it a quick stir, and then add in your seasonings. And then give that a quick stir, and then add in your celery, potatoes, and carrots, followed by your cornstarch. Between 3 to 6 tablespoons to a few tablespoons of cold water. And the reason I say between 3 to 6, some may like the consistency of their stew to be a lot thinner, while some prefer a lot thicker. I use 6, and if that's not thick enough for you, then go ahead and add a couple more tablespoons. FYI, how to thicken up my stew and I don't have no cornstarch? Easy. When your stew is completely done, go ahead and mush up about 6 to 10 potatoes while still in the pot, and that will thicken up your stew. Okay, now that our cornstarch is added, go ahead and put that lid back on with the same heat, medium-low, and we're gonna let this cook for another 20 minutes. And when 20 minutes is done, bam! Look at here, look at here, look at here! Y'all cannot tell me that this don't look bomb. Does this not look bomb? Now, there are two ways to serve this. You can either serve it by itself, the stew itself, or you can serve it over rice.
Alright, that's a wrap, guys. If you try this recipe out, let me know comments below. Thanks for doing Cooking with Dan.